Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and this is Retrobot, and this week we are doing things a little bit weird. It's gonna be wild and wacky. We are talking all about some kitbashes that my lovely and talented wife and I have done over the years that then they turned out making a real version of the thing. And so before we get on with that, I want to wish Michael Spicer a happy birthday. It was Michael's birthday this week. And hey, I know you're in rough shape, pal. You doing okay? You feeling any better? I see you've got a very stylish Pac-Man Band-Aid there. There we go. There we go. So, better? Okay. Anyway, do you think that you could put down your questionable and dubious medicine that actually leads to more questions than it does answers, and maybe teleport Michael a cupcake for his birthday? So here, I'm gonna change the view here over so that oh, that's the horrible tragedy from last week. Yeah, we don't want to show that. No, that was ignore that. That didn't happen. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. We're gonna delete that. Just so that you know, we're gonna delete that. So yeah, let's just get a view of your thing here. There we go. Oh yeah. All right. Good job, pal. And I notice you've got your medicine bottle back in your hand in lightning time. That was good. So all right. Hopefully, I see Michael is in the chat. So, Mike, I assume that you got your cupcake. Now, the teleportation process is a little bit wonky. Yeah, I feel like it might be a temporal thing. You might have already gotten your cupcake before we sent it. So yeah. Retrobot wishes you a happy birthday, but of course it's not official until you get the birthday song. Oh, my ukulele birthday and a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday and a bucket of cake. Oh, my ukulele birthday and a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday and a bucket of cake. Hey everybody in the chat, let's wish up Michael a happy birthday because he'll love it, and things that make Michael happy make the rest of us happy, in theory. And a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday and a bucket of cake. Happy birthday, Michael Spicer! And a big hello to Asher Spicer. So, all right, so let's go ahead and, so this is our Wun-Darful episode of the live stream, because, see, we've got Wun-Dar, the Barbarian. And it is not sponsored by Wonder Bread, but we thought that for this very special occasion, since it's not every day that you've got Wun-Dar, the Barbarian, in your live stream, then we would toast with Wun-Dar bread. Wun-Dar bread. You see, yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying it, and one of these times it's gonna be funny. That's the way jokes work, folks. So yeah, well, we got Wun-Dar bread, and let's go ahead. I've got let's see, I've got several different toppings. We've got apple butter, We've got Concord grape jelly. We've got Reese's peanut butter if we want to make sure that I can't speak for the rest of the live stream, which would be a treat for most of you. You see what I said? Anyway. And we got Nutella. That's a crowd pleaser. And last but absolutely least, apricot preserves. Wow. I'm gonna start with some apple butter because apple butter is delicious. So we'll just take some of this and take some of that right there. There we go. Just spread that around. Oh yeah, see, doesn't that just take you back, Retrobot, to when you were a kid and you'd go to the farm store and your mom would get apple butter? You didn't have that? Huh, no, weird. Yeah, sad life for a robot. All right, so with all that being said, a toast, and let's roll the music. A toast to Dawn, who also, by the way, gets the Rodimus star for being the first in the chat by like 2 days. So, a star to you, Mr. Dawn. A toast to Robess. You know, I'm starting to notice why people don't toast with solid food. A toast to Tie Guy. A toast to Asher and Michael Spicer, the birthday guy himself. Clink. A toast to Perry Viking. See, I'm raising my Wonder Bread. It's like a toast. A toast to you, Retro Buddy. And I'm glad that you're sort of feeling better. A little, you know, hit and miss here. I mean, kind of, Anyway, and last but not least, the biggest toast of all goes out to my lovely and talented wife, Monica, without whom none of this would be possible. I love you, Monica. All right. And, talk about timing. Yeah. And you know, if you would like to listen to that over and over again, the link to that video is in the description of this video. That's our song about He-Man, performed by Dawn and myself, Two-Lane Toaster. Like, you know, that's our band name, and you know, at some point it's gonna go platinum. Just saying, that's gonna go platinum. Oh, also Joy is here. Okay, wait here. This takes time. There we go. And oh, the Joy. Oh God. You know, Nutella, I mean, that's just not fair. There is nothing fair about, like, whatever this is made of. It's like made of chocolate and nuts and fudge, crack. So yeah, Joy is here. Welcome, Joy. See, that was just basically an excuse to eat more Nutella. So thank you for giving me an excuse to have more delicious Nutella. We may have to get experimental with some of these combinations. You know, like you know, if you've got chocolate and hazelnut, and we've got Reese's, and we've got apple butter. like we could have something that's truly something special. But let's not do that too soon, because if I have to vomit, then we're gonna end the live stream early. So yeah, let me move those things. You know, I'll just keep them right there. I mean, you know, that'll make the backdrop much more interesting if there's a bunch of jars of stuff. And so it doesn't, Starscream. That has nothing to do with you being leader. I hate that guy. So, all right, show and tell. And see, while I say that, I'm actually sweeping up all the crumbs, because the Wonder Bread is everywhere. So anyway, so show and tell. We've got show and tell stuff. We got Tiny Green Megatron. We got Tiny Green Generation 2 Legacy Megatron. And if the camera will focus on it rather than my shirt, camera, can you get that? Can you get that? What if I? There we go. So this is Tiny Green Megatron. He is the core class size Megatron. So for years, I complained about how Megatron lost his identity during the Unicron trilogy, because, you know, like, they're just any robot that they decided, any design could be Megatron. They would just decide, okay, this is going to be the bad guy. Oh, he's a double-headed dragon. That's Megatron. Oh, well, that was actually even before the Unicron trilogy. That was that was robots in disguise that we now call car robots. Then we had Armada Megatron, which had antlers. Because sure, you know, antlers on Megatron, or then at least Energon Megatron looked like Galvatron from the Gen 1 line, so that was at least a little bit closer. And then you had Cybertron Megatron, who was essentially Batman. He was robot Batman, which, you know, not bad, but way too much orange for Batman's taste, I'm just gonna say. So far be it for me to complain about how now Megatron has a very well established visage. You know, they have created an identity for Megatron, and Hasbro is sticking to it, which in terms of a trademark is great and brand recognition. But to me, this is not Gen 2 Megatron. Like this. Like, I liked that body. It was dynamic. I like that big tank front for a chest. It was cool looking. And if they're gonna do Gen 2 Megatron, then come on, Hasbro, let's just do Gen 2 Megatron, not Gen 1 Megatron as a tank painted green and purple. So anyway, that's a lot of a rant just for getting this. I also got myself a Gen 1 Shark Decon, but what's important about this one is missing all the extra pieces. There's no tail, there's no arms, but be on the lookout, patrons, because we're gonna kitbash some extra pieces for this guy. And it's gonna be way better than the originals. I'm just gonna make that claim. It's gonna be way better than the originals. So that's probably gonna be a Patreon stream that comes up. And also, this is exciting. We got Jaxus, also from Generation 2, but in this case, Jaxus looks like Jaxus. And so be on the lookout. I'm gonna record a review for this and get it posted this week. Like that's gonna happen, because I'm gonna record it like tomorrow and then post it this week, because he's cool. But I do have there's stuff to say about Jaxus that I haven't necessarily seen in other reviews. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And this is something that Monica got. This is awesome. It's Wrecker from the Bad Batch. Batch. B-A-T-C-H. It's a good Wordle word, by the way. Bad Batch. So, yeah, Wrecker. If you haven't watched Star Wars Bad Batch, then what are you doing? Watch it. It's on Disney Plus, and chances are you already subscribed to that, because we all do. We all do.
This is the way.
This is the way. So yeah, you want to watch the Bad Batch, and of course, if you'd like a little more insight into why the Bad Batch is the Bad Batch, watch Clone Wars, the animated show, which was amazing. If you haven't watched Clone Wars, what are you doing? Like, as soon as you're done watching this live stream, go watch Clone Wars. It's amazing. Like, every season is better than the one before it. And then they did the last season just recently, even though there was a gap of like 20 years or something. I don't know, but yeah, then it turned into Rebels, which took me a while to really get connected to, but Rebels was good. Like, it's worth taking the time to get to know the characters, because it's really good. I wish that the Star Wars movie franchise was as consistent as their computer animated TV series franchise, because if it were, then we wouldn't have people getting angry on the internet about Star Wars all the time. We could all just go back to agreeing that it's great. Anyway, so that's Wrecker, and you want to watch it, and you want to, then you'll want to own it. I'm gonna set him here before I break him. So don't say it, Dawn. I know what you're thinking, Dawn. Just he's gonna put it in the chat. You just watch. It's gonna be in the chat. He's gonna put the thing in there. Unless he's not paying attention. He might be playing EverQuest, in which case we won't get it. So anyway, Perry Viking says, since the current name for Shark Decon is Gnaw, whatever you have planned is going to be gnarly. See, it's like gnarly, except gnarly. Hey, toast, Perry Viking. Wait here. We'll just kind of grab. So we have. Wait, oh boy, this is a new thing. I don't want to get peanut butter on the floor, so we have to lick the little. All right. So there we go. And then I don't want to mix, so we'll put some of that. There we go. And then we'll take some of this, and we don't actually need that in there. So yeah, we'll do that. And see, they already go together. And oh, let's see here. I feel like it's just not complete without a little bit of apple butter. There we go. All right, so a little apple butter. All right, so peanut butter, Nutella, and apple butter. Good. A toast to Perry Viking. You know what? That's actually freaking amazing. Like, holy crap. I was kind of taking my life in my hands here. I really didn't expect the apple butter to go with the Nutella. But, yeah, So, to Perry Viking. All right. Oh my gosh. The Machiavellian here! Oh no! Darn it! Alright, there we go. You know what, here, I'm gonna do this. This is faster. See if you twist and wrap, it's faster. I should put that as a life hack on the Clay Carlino channel. And, alright, let's... Machiavellic, this is for you. This is the apricot. I actually don't care if I get Nutella in the apricot. Because I'm never gonna eat it again after this live stream. There we go. Apricot for the Machiavellic. Oh, it's chunky. It's tart and chunky. Wow. So, welcome Machiavellic. I have, so let's see. Just so you know, this is going to be a terrible idea. Don't eat an entire piece of bread per toast. Save it. Oh! Yeah, you know, that's... At least I won't be hungry. You know, normally at the end of these live streams, then I stuff myself with like a frozen pizza or something. So, you know. Anyway, we've got Toy Palooza coming up. So, Toy Palooza, which is sponsored by friend of the show, D&E Collectibles in what is that? The Etna Sharpsburg, yes, Sharpsburg. Okay, so D&E Collectibles. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, and especially if you're in Sharpsburg and you haven't gone to D&E Collectibles, they're awesome. Go there. It's an amazing store, and they get a lot of our money because we buy stuff. But they also give us amazing deals. So anyway, Toy Palooza. It is going to be at the Pittsburgh Indoor Sports Arena. There is an early bird entry at 10 a.m. for $8, and then general admission is $5 at 11 a.m. And that is happening Sunday, July 31st. So last day of July. It's happening. It's going to be great. We've gone to two. They've had two before, right? Two. I can't see your fingers. Three. So yeah, it's always a good show. So check it out. Be in Pittsburgh. Be at the Pittsburgh Arena Indoor for sports and apparently toys. So, and Colleen is here. All right, and look, we've still got some apricot. There's a toast to Colleen. You know, I would just like to point out that I prefer grasshoppers. Like if this piece of Wonder Bread had Nutella and peanut butter and grasshoppers on it, it would taste better than the same combination than apricot jam or preserved. Who wants to preserve apricots? Apricots are nasty. But anyway, so it's a wonderful custom. That is, we're like 24 minutes into the live stream, and we're only just now getting to the actual topic. But there we go. We've got all sorts of customs here, and we're gonna talk about them because Monica has done a lot of these, and they're actually pretty cool. And I wanted to show off the fact that my lovely and talented wife is not just an amazing graphic designer and an amazing cartoonist, but she also has some kit bashing cred. So let me clear some of these things out of the way just a little bit. We'll move our war machine out of the way, and we'll move Sunman, and we got an extra thing here. And actually, we can take Mr. T-Man off of Psykill, and we can just put him in the back. So there we go. There we go. Put him right over there. That's good. Remove that. And we have Wun-Dar the Barbarian. And there they are. So this is a case where Wun-Dar, this is one where Wun-Dar is kind of well-renowned in the He-Man universe, because it goes back to what people thought was an offer from Masters of the Universe to get a free figure. But if you look into the history, and we actually have the ad right here, the Masters of the Universe giveaway was for trading cards, and see it did the Wonder Bread thing. You can see up there in the corner that you get a coupon for Wonder Bread, and you can do. This was a promotion between Masters of the Universe and Wonder Bread. So people kind of mishmashed that with another giveaway that was worked out. Let's see. Do we have the thing? I think we have the thing. Okay, so here is the other one. This was a Mattel giveaway where if you bought 3 Mattel items in this category, then you could send away for a free item from a category of your choice. And so you would fill out the little thing, and you would say, okay, I bought 3 Barbies so that I could get 1 Masters of the Universe. I particularly like, you had the option of Barbie Fashions, Dazzle Doll and Her Friends, the original Mon-Chi-Chi clip-ons, or a Masters of the Universe figure. So you would send in your proofs of purchase from 3 Mon-Chi-Chis, of which, I mean, I personally had dozens. I didn't. I never owned a Mon-Chi-Chi. I remember the commercials. They were like little creepy chimp things. I think they even had a cartoon. And they sucked their thumbs, didn't they? Okay, well, see, I was a finger sucker. Okay, when I was a kid, I didn't associate with thumb suckers. Okay, like I was a finger sucker. So right there, Mon-Chi-Chis were right out. But so you could take your 3 proofs of purchase from Mon-Chi-Chi and then send away for a free He-Man figure, and what you would get is this: a brown-haired, shirtless He-Man, which was called Wun-Dar, also known as the Barbarian He-Man. And this is kind of based off of the original comic that, the pack-in comic, wasn't it a pack-in comic for He-Man, where you see these... it was beautifully illustrated, and I remember there's this picture of He-Man pre-powered up, where he's just looking sexy and contemplative in his little fuzzy panties. and it's like, I feel like there was some loneliness that was going into that illustration there. Somebody really wanted to have some alone time with their He-Man, and then in the comic, the sorceress grants him the magic armor, the bracer thing, it's not even a chest plate. I mean, it's kind of a harness. It's a battle harness, and his sword and shield. And that makes him He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. So anyway, so you would get this, you'd get this, and it would come with some weapons that were either, usually brownish red weapons, and you might get a sword and a shield, you might get a shield and axe, you might get, there wasn't really a whole lot of consistency. Now, he was known for having this iconic Wun-Dar breastplate. But that was actually part of a weapons pack, a Masters of the Universe weapons pack. And it most likely was not even sold with the original toy, or sent with the original toy that people were getting. But because it was part of this weapons pack, of course, anybody who had that toy that had no armor, they would put that armor on. And so that is really where the whole, with the name Wun-Dar, and then the giveaway, and the confusion there, that people just kind of mashed all those memories together to create this. Now, neither of these are originals. These are Masters of the Universe Origins, and one is the one that Monica hand-painted, and the other is the one that was created by Masters of the Universe Origins recently, after she went through all the work. Now, of course, here's the funny thing about it. Even though the connection to Wonder Bread is wrong, Mattel has just kind of leaned into it. And so with the pack-in comic that they had for the for Wun-Dar, they actually have, wait a minute here, where is it? There is a thing in here that I think is the most amazing thing ever. Is it further in the back? Nope. Or you're just gonna find the page for me. She's gonna find the page for me. Okay, so there it is. So they have this panel here where Wun-Dar is sitting in his cabin, and he is commenting how wait here, let me try and get it in focus. Come on, camera, you can do it. Sliced bread, it's the greatest thing and shall be for a long, long time. Wonder Bread He-Man. So yeah, even though Wun-Dar is not actually Wonder Bread He-Man, he has become Wonder Bread He-Man. And so yeah, this Monica's Wun-Dar. So is yours the one that's holding the bread? Okay. See, I honestly didn't know. This one is the one that Monica kitbashed, and let's just go ahead and put him very close here. There we go. We wanna put him right here, and let's get the camera to focus in. So you can see, Monica gave him a loaf of bread because he needed that, and you can see you did the hand painting on the armor, didn't you? No? Was that already... was that one of the original armor packs? Okay, so that is an original Masters of the Universe armor that she put on him. And then you gave him the gun because it's kind of like the gun... It's not reddish brown, but you have the gun there. And then those are Clamp Champ's boots, aren't they? Yes, so anyway, yeah, I guess there are notes here that I could read. Made from a version 1 Origins He-Man with repainted hair, bracers, and loincloth. So you can see the beautiful work done on the bracers and the loincloth. That's important. And then customized with Clamp Champ boots. Basic weapons from Origins Grayskull. And so that's what we've got there, and honestly, I think he looks great. Like, this is one when Monica showed me that and then showed me the pictures of what she was going for. I thought, damn, woman, you got skills. So yeah, Wun-Dar the Barbarian. Let's take a look at the official version. So if you can step aside, Wun-Dar the Barbarian. So this is original Wun-Dar from 2022, and it was hyped by Hasbro for weeks. It sold out in less than 2 minutes. It was on Mattel Creations. Later, many purchases were canceled by Mattel, which just ticked people off to no end. So you can see that he's got pretty similar coloring to Monica's version, a little bit lighter hair. Of course, they stuck with the brown weapons because that's important. But amazingly enough, this figure and Monica's are just really, really pretty darn close to each other. So let's just put these side by side. Can I put them side by side? Can we do that? Do we have the technology? So yeah, you can see that Monica's version has the different sculpted hair. I personally kind of like the long hair. I feel like it looks more savagey, the more sculpted hair. Oh wait, and the camera wants to focus on Sunman. Look at Sunman. He looks great there. Ignore the guys in the forefront. So there we go. We'll try to get the focus to go where we want it. There we go. So yeah. While I'm sure that Monica is very, very happy to have an official version of Wun-Dar, I have to say that if all you'd had was your Kitbash, it's pretty freaking awesome. So nice job, Monica. And see, it's always really nice when you can take something and with a few very careful and simple modifications change its identity. And that's what Monica did here, where she was able to just use most of a regular He-Man and some Clamp Champ boots, and add armor or some a little bit of painting, and just turn them into a thing that people are fighting over online, and caused no small amount of anguish in the whole toy collector scene. So that's really cool. That is really, really cool. So yeah, so that is Wun-Dar the Barbarian, the greatest He-Man, the savage He-Man who loves sliced bread. All right, I'm going to set these. I think I'm going to take advantage. You have a box here of stand parts, so I am going to take advantage of your box of stand parts and put your guys very carefully in the box of stand parts. Yeah. See, and that stand is coming apart just in time. I've got it put back together. There we go. All right, so there, box of. All right, so the next item in our history of items is Sunman, the greatest superhero of them all. And so there's a whole history to Sunman. And I have to say that it's both endearing and a little bit sad. At least to me it is. So we've got visuals. Let's go to the visuals. we got visuals, right? Retro buddy, we're gonna use the visuals. We're gonna press buttons and then we're gonna click things. And all right, there we go. A little bit of pixelation there, but that is a picture of Yula. Ela. Oh, that's an I sounding Y rather than a Y sounding I. And you even read it to me earlier, and I didn't get it right. Ela Eason, she designed the Sunman toys after her son lamented that there were no black Masters of the Universe heroes. So his appearance was actually based on her son's likeness, and then she created further heroes and villains to fill out the Rulers of the Sun toy line, emphasizing history, confidence, and strength of character. So these were a very cool thing. They were not Mattel at the time; they were Olmec, and but you can see that they were very, very Masters of the Universe-esque, and they had their collection of toys, lots of colorful heroes with all sorts of neat weapons and gimmicks, and so that was the whole thing. Now, Monica wanted a black He-Man. You know, it's like, okay, you know, there's kind of a history here, and she had been wanting a black He-Man. So she customized one from another V1 Origins He-Man, and then another Clamp Champ. We got a lot of Clamp Champs. And then recently we got a hold of the Masters of the WWE Mr. T. So of course, if you're gonna make anyone into a black He-Man, you make it freaking Mr. T. Look at that, Mr. T as Black He-Man. He was riding Psykill earlier, and see, this is what's great about He-Man, or about Psykill. Yeah, about Psykill, about Mr. T. I've got way too many characters here. So Mr. T here, if you notice, let's get real close here. So yeah, if you notice, his fist. This fist does not have a hole in it. It is purely a punchy fist. Okay, that's the only thing that it does. It does not hold a weapon. It is for punching or threatening. Like, you know, you're either gonna get getting punched, or you're gonna get punched. So you can take the sword and you give him his sword, and then he's got the He-Man harness. And that is Mr. T as the most powerful man in the universe. And since, you know, Monica really liked the punchy thing, so let's just we actually do have a demonstration here that we can do. Let me put this down here, and maybe the camera will focus in. Yeah, that's pretty close. And I'll move the Lazy Susan. So we have a thing to use for punching. Oh, hey, Wheelie. Hi. No, we're not gonna punch you, Wheelie. I mean, that would just be mean. So why don't you just spot Mr. T while he uses the Eternia training thing? This is a part of the Castle Grayskull playset, and you know, why don't you just, you know, stand right here and count out Mr. T's reps. No. Stand here and just count out Mr. T's reps each time. No. Just count out Mr. T's reps each time that he punches the warthog here. So let's do a little punch here. All right, maybe let's try and pull back a little. Yeah. So we got the punching hand. Now come on. Let's don't be a bad sport there, Wheelie. Wheelie doesn't want to start moaning, but he knows where this is going. Shut up, Wheelie. Oh, that's such a shame. So that's one. So that was one right there. Yeah, that's one. So yeah, that was a lot to go through for a really dumb gag. but so that is Monica's Black He-Man. Pretty freaking awesome. Like, I want to see now I want to go back and take the recent Kevin Smith He-Man and dub in Mr. T as one of the historical He-Mans that he sees in the afterlife. And then, like, he could be like, I pity the fool that died for Grayskull. You know, like, that would be kind of great. So, that is Mr. T-Man. Mr. T-Man. Cause he's Mr. T. Boy, he is like, he's got a sneer on him. Like, he just looks mean. And from everything that I've always heard, Mr. T's actually a very nice guy. So, yeah, if the camera is afraid of Mr. T. Which I don't blame the camera for being afraid of Mr. T. Now, of course, Mattel has acquired the rights to Sunman and related characters and have rolled them into the Masters of the Universe line. So we now have Masters of the Universe Origins Sunman. This is the real deal. This is the guy right here, and let's get the camera to look at. Come on, camera. Don't be like that. There we go. And you can see that he's still got his youthful features, and he is very much a Masters of the Universe guy. Like, he fits in perfectly with this crowd. He's got his sun shield. He's got his sun spear, or maybe that's a sword. It looks like the tip to an arrow. Like, I feel like I could take that and just tie it to a stick and then shoot it at somebody and then be charged with a felony. And so, he's got some red boots going on. So we got some cool red boots, and the camera has once again said, "Nerp, I don't want to focus on boots. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Really? You're gonna focus on my thumbnail? This camera is this is the good camera too. So, there we go. Why is it being like this? Why? I don't understand. Like there's nothing else to look at. I just want to show you the boots. Come on, camera. Did I offend you? Or do you not like the boots? Retrobot, can you talk to the camera? No, you cannot talk to the camera. I don't understand. So do you need another pill or something? You need a pill? Okay. Let's do this. There we go. And this. Here. I'll just kind of pour these. There you go. There. Was the dosage right? What? Doctor prescribed. So it's approved by Dr. Retrobot. So all right, let's try this one more time here. We've got. Okay, there, look, you can see the boots. Look, he's got stars on his boots, and they're bright red, and he's got green loincloth. I mean, is it a loincloth? It kind of looks loinclothy. So, he's got a green loincloth, and of course he's got his cape. Now, Monica put a cable tie here because these are supposed to go here. I'm going to show this. Because, we might as well show the way that things are supposed to go. Move that out of the way. Take that and just put it back there. All right, so got our cable tie. I can't say that word. Cable tie. There. All right. I'm sorry. I'm undoing it, but we can redo it. So this is supposed to clip around his neck like this. Oh, come on. You can do it. You can do it, Sunman. You can do it, Sunman. You are the greatest superhero of them all. Maybe? Does it just push around his neck? Yeah, with a little... Okay, wait, here. I'm going to go on to the other camera. So let's... it just kind of goes like that and then pushes around like that. Or do I have to... Oh, it's supposed to go up? Oh, like that. Okay, well, I had it upside down, so that explains it. And then... Whoa, okay. He lost his head, but I caught it. So sorry about that, Sunman. And you know, he doesn't even look mad. I mean, this is a straight up guy here. He is not even angry, even though I just shamefully popped his head off. So that just pops right back on there. There we go. All right, so there we go. And that might have been the easier way to do it, honestly. Oh, was that what you were trying to hand gesture to me? Oh, I see. When you were like, I thought that was twist the thing and pop it onto. Okay, so that was the right way to do it. So this is how Sunman is supposed to look, and you know, let's go ahead and put him on the other camera just so you get the full effect here. The camera doesn't even want to focus in on it, and this time I don't blame it. So there we go. We got the wing things sticking up here, and yeah, I mean, I see what they're going for. It's kind of a unique idea of having the wings coming off of the shoulders like that. But honestly, we don't do wings like that. In fantasy culture, we don't put wings around somebody's neck. Like, I've seen wings, obviously coming, coming out of the back. Okay, like Predaking, yeah, or Dracula. We've even seen wings on the side of a character's head, like with Captain America or with Silver Age Flash. We've seen wings on the ankles of Namor's feet. He doesn't even fly, I don't think. What? I mean, he swims. Does he fly? Oh, he flies, but he's a water guy that wears a Speedo. There's a lot of questions surrounding Namor, but one thing that you do not ever see is wings around somebody's neck. And so while I respect the creativity of designing a character this way, I now understand why it is that nobody ever does it. It just doesn't look good. It just doesn't. Like if there was a pivot so that they could go down, then maybe, but just kind of in a permanent state of I got a hang glider around my neck. During a stiff breeze, I could be strangled to death. So yeah, I like Sunman. I think Sunman is cool, and I think it's okay to like Sunman even if you don't like the configuration of the wings on his neck. I feel like you can still like something even if you have differing opinions about how it looks. I'm talking to you, Psykill. So anyway, yeah, that is Sunman and Mr. T-Man. Oh, whoa! I didn't know this was gonna happen. Whoa! it's like I got hit by the A-Team van. Anyway, that's where we took that joke. So, you're welcome. And let me set the Mr. T's van down, and I will set Mr. T-Man in there, and Sunman, and also Sunman's very important cable tie. Now, you said there was a classics version of Sunman or something that has the wings down or something, but not that. And so other people have agreed that the wings shouldn't go like that. Like other people, I'm not the only one. That's all I'm saying. I'm not the only one. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that. Man, oh, here, let me switch views. Look at that. Damn, he's cool. Like those look like fire wings, and he's still youthful, but now he looks kind of like kind of like what's his name from Star Wars? Finn, yeah, he definitely looks like Finn. So, and which I love John Boyega. Did I get that? Did I actually say that right? Holy crap! I just said John Boyega, and I said it correctly. Okay, live stream's over. This is the high point of the whole live stream. Buddy, you can power down. We're done. That's it. Okay, good night. Keep it Retrobot. All right, we'll see you. No, we're not ending. we got lots of other stuff to show. But doesn't he look like John Boyega? I just feel like he does. And I want that toy. I probably can't have that toy. But is it like all the money? Oh, it's already on pre-order? Okay, so we are going to get that toy. Okay, and you're going to get to see that toy, and then we will be comparing, because that's what we do here on Retrobot. Because we like comparing toys, huh? Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah, the camera didn't even see it. Here, wait. I'll move you closer. There we go. Yeah. You see this one's the thumb. Okay, that one's the thumb. So good job, Retro Buddy. One of these days he's gonna murder me in my sleep if I don't give him more appendages. just if I disappear and there's no body, it's his fault. Anyway, all right, Anti-Eternia He-Man. Let's talk a little bit about Anti-Eternia He-Man, because there's a history here, most of which I can't even go into because it's too convoluted. But yeah, this is Anti-Eternia He-Man, and of course, evil He-Man. I mean, let's face it, pretty much every franchise, going back to the beginning of franchises, has evil versions of beloved characters, and He-Man is no exception. I'm looking at you, goatee Spock. Okay, so yeah, we have Anti-Eternia He-Man. It goes back to the classics line. Monica had made hers from another version 1 He-Man, and yet another set of champ boots, and the body and arms of Origins Ninjor. Show your, oh yeah, we can show yours. So this is Monica's, and actually I better brighten that up because he is very, very black. So let's do that. Let's go back here and let's press a little button here and press another little button, And there, now you can see the definition just a little bit better. So that is Monica's Anti-Eternia He-Man. She gave him a shield with a skull on it. Look at that. That is great. And the camera does not. There, look at that. Look, that's cool. That's cool. And of course, she did all the detail painting, and she whited out the eyes, and then she also added a crow figure because she felt like he needed a crow, like an evil black crow. And so we've got that. Yeah, this is a striking figure, and when she showed me this, I just loved it. I just loved it. And of course, I don't have the background with the He-Man franchise that she does. So I'm seeing a lot of this stuff for the first time, and it's like, wow, that's cool. And before I go too far into it, Justin is here. So a toast to Justin. This time we won't. Here, we'll just kind of do some of this and do some of that. A toast to Justin. That one was heavy on the apple butter. That was good. Yeah, that was some good stuff. So welcome, Justin. We're toasting with Wonder Bread tonight because it's a Wun-Darful life. All right, I'm just going to do that. So yeah. Anyway, getting back to Monica's Anti-Eternia He-Man, he looks great. And the painting that she did, along with the kit bashing that she did, and of course the all-important Clamp Champ boots. So we, like you're noticing, we got a lot of Clamp Champ, and we've ordered so many Clamp Champs off of Amazon that our Echo actually reminded us. We got a notification. We said, "Hey, play the notification," and she says, This is a reminder from Amazon Shopping. You may be running low on Clamp Champ. Would you like me to order more Clamp Champ?" Of course we said yes, because we were running low on Clamp Champ. So yeah, we just get another Clamp Champ delivered every month. I mean, that's don't you? You got Clamp Champ, right? Yeah. We all get Clamp Champ. So yeah. We've got Monica's Anti-Eternia He-Man, and he is really badass looking. Like, you know, that's cool. I love the red. I love the way that she painted it. I love that she added a crow. The crow needs a name, and so I was thinking about this, and let's see. Skeletor has a panther named Panther. Crow War doesn't really work. Let's see. Now He-Man has Battle Cat. This could be Battle Crow. That doesn't work. That really doesn't work. Of course, Prince Adam has Cringer, because Cringer cringes. Now, Crow's Peck. So, Anti-Eternia's He-Man's Crow could be named Peckor. And he's pretty big, too. So, you know, he's got a big... You see what we're doing there? We're going for that highbrow humor here on Retrobot. Because he's got a big crow. It's a big crow named... Anyway, so... It's like those t-shirts with a picture of... An unlicensed picture of Foghorn Leghorn that say Big Pecker's Bar and Grill. It's a penis joke. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's just go ahead and... So, of course, after Monica goes through all the trouble of creating her own Anti-Eternia He-Man... wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm getting a message from my finger. Yeah, uh-huh. Ooh, uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's... So, Machiavellic says, could Murdor, as in a murder of crows. Oh, that's good. That's actually a really good name. Okay, this is Murdor. This is Murdor. Because it's like murder and a murder of crows, and crows come in, a group of crows is called a murder, and murder means to kill someone. So okay, you know what? A toast to the Machiavellic for actually a legitimately good crow name. I didn't think that we were going to get something of value out of that segment. So thank you, Machiavellic, for making this live stream actually have merit. I know it's the Machiavellic. All right. Murdor. Oh, that's a good name. That needs to be made canon. Hey, Mattel. Wait a minute here. Retro Buddy, can you hook me up with Mattel? Okay. Yeah. Is this Mattel? Are you Mr. Mattel? Mrs. Mattel? You're neither Mattel. Are you a Mr. or Mrs.? Ms. Well, I didn't know. Well, anyway, Anti-Eternia He-Man. He needs a crow, and get this, the name is Murdo. No, I'm sorry about the Ms. thing. No, I don't have anything against women. No, I'm actually very... Hello? She hung up. That one wasn't even your fault. Go figure. So I guess we're probably not going to get something in Masters of the Universe canon, but we all know. So, Murdor. All right, so, of course, after Monica goes through...
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
So, after Monica goes through all of the trouble, all of the time and effort, and all of the clamp champ to create her Anti-Eternia He-Man, of course, what happens? Yep, they made their own Anti-Eternia He-Man, and you know what? He's pretty cool. I like... So let's get close here. I like the red around the eyes. You know, that's pretty unsettling. I will give them credit for that. But it doesn't have a skull on the shield. I don't see a skull on the shield. Just a black He-Man sword rather than the partially gray one or the partially red one that Monica used. And look at these boots. See, those are just like reddish brown boots. Those would never get worn by Clamp Champ. So I kind of feel like, yeah, this is, I mean, it's decent. It's certainly decent. It's a good figure. But you know what? If Monica had missed out on the official Anti-Eternia He-Man, I feel like she's already got this one, and this one also comes with Murdor. So, yeah. Can we there we go. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Look at that. Yeah, that and honestly, like, is it just me or does Monica's actually look meaner? Get in there, camera. You can do it. You can do it. You know you want to. Look at that face. That is an evil looking face. Very nice job on the eyes. You know, like those look like horror movie eyes. Yeah. Oh, you don't like it? You know, I mean, you know, this. See, the official version, he has Doll Surprise. Yeah, look at him. I mean, it's creepy, and I like it, but it's not nearly as. This guy's like, look into the white vacuum of my eyes. My eyes represent nothingness. And his are like, okay, my eyes are kind of bloodshot, and they look a little bit like Hypnotoads. So this is Hypnotoad He-Man. But yeah, so let's see. Monica says, the detail painting is tough. I feel like his eyes and mouth are a little rough. Justin says, that's a face only Murdor could love. You know what? A toast to Justin. That's good. That's very good. So, toast. You know, I just realized that we're doing toasts with Wonder Bread. Why did we not toast the bread? Toast, because we're doing toasts with... Anyway. So, no, I like your version. I think that your version is pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, that is Anti-Eternia He-Man and Murdor. Murdor is a good name. Like how come nobody's used that before? So all right, let's put those carefully in the box. And so all right, let's move beyond He-Man. Just see, we've got a little light over the teleprompter. And a lot of times I ignore the light, but this time the light was on, and then I started to pay attention to it, and it was on by mistake. So there are 4 lights. there are 4 lights. So all right. So we're gonna shift our focus a little bit. So back in 2017, many years ago, in 2017, there was a Punisher storyline. Monica loves the Punisher. I've never really been much of a Punisher guy, but Monica loves the Punisher. All right, like I feel like her dark fantasy would be to don the skull t-shirt and get machine guns and take out the people that need taken out. That's maybe now you know why it is that I treat her with such love, care, and respect, because my life may depend on it. Anyway, so in this
Now we know. Knowing is half the battle.
So in this story, Nick Fury lets Frank Castle borrow the War Machine armor and of course to go on Black Ops missions, and Frank of course goes way overboard, steals the armor, and continues his war on bad guys using War Machine armor. And so of course Monica sees this storyline in the comics, and she's like, well, I want that. And so you can see an image here from the comic book. Let's go right there. And yeah, it's like multiple hostile targets are incapacitated and on fire. Would you like to engage firefighting protocols and summon medical assistance? And of course he's like, no, let them burn, because he's an asshole. I mean, you know, that's his shtick, right? You know, he's an asshole. So Monica got a War Machine figure. Now was this one that you got like secondhand from D&E and oh, was it out of the bin? Oh, eBay. You eBayed it. Okay, so she got an eBay. Get a good deal, huh? Did you get a good deal? Oh yeah. Okay, so she got herself a War Machine figure. Got a very good deal on it, and then she wanted to decor it with the skull. Now Monica is very critical of her work on this one. And I don't think that's fair, but I understand what her thought is, but I also understand what her thinking was when she did it. So that's the wrong view. Here, we'll press that button. So here is her version, which the camera does not. Once again, the camera. There we go. So and now what she was going for here, of course, is a rough hand-painted, like, you know, Frank Castle with a big fat brush just slapping the paint on because, yeah, is he really going to go to the effort of doing like a very careful thing? She was trying to make it look like menacing, and I get that, and I like it. But of course, you know, now she looks back at it and it's like, it just looks like I did a bad job. So, and I understand that perfectionist nature, but you know, otherwise it is it is not a straight up War Machine figure because it fell over. So there we go. So let's get War Machine back on his stand here. So yeah, we've got the War Machine figure. Other than that, it is just straight up War Machine. Yeah, nothing else done to it. It's not got we didn't like sculpt an armored skull to go on it. It has just got the skull added to the chest, and then of course, as this one came from Time. Okay, so made from the Marvel Legends Infinite series War Machine from 2015. That was this one. Marvel Legends 80th Anniversary War Machine variant released in 2019, a repaint of Civil War's Rhodey figure, and that of course has a very nicely Tampa-graphed skull, and that does look good. I mean, you know, obviously professional printing versus hand painting, you can really see, and they even put texture in there. So, you know, they made it look like it's been scuffed and it has had blast debris hit it and scrape it and stuff like that. So I do appreciate, but you know, at the same time, that's a very professional looking job for Frank Castle. And I also like this, that he's got they put multiple little skulls that represent his kills, and I can imagine Frank Castle doing that. You don't like the skull hash marks? I don't think Frank cares enough to keep track. Well, you know, that's a very... And see, that's the difference between me and Monica, because I see that and I think, oh, that's cool. They've got the hash marks. But then again, I'm not attached to this character. Like, you know, for me, it's a guy with a skull that's straight up a murderer and needs to be put to death. But she's like, no, he's complex, and you also think that he's straight up a murderer that needs to be put to death, but you just like him anyway. Monica is a complex character. So you know, there's things that Monica. Are you waving at me again? Oh, the light's on. Oh, and Osaka Jack is here! Oh, I need more Wonder Bread! So, Toasting with Wonder Bread. We got Wonder Bread. Because, see, it's Wun-Dar the Barbarian. Anyway. So, and we'll do apple butter. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, apple butter, because that's good. All right. A toast to Osaka Jack and the Machiavellic. And everybody else that gives me an excuse to eat the apple butter. Just in case you don't know, apple butter is delicious. So okay, here's a question. This question is actually for Monica. So you got your version that you are kind of critical of, but at the same time, I feel like your attitude about Frank Castle's character of not really caring about the pieces of crap people that he kills, like feeling like, okay, they're garbage people, they need to be killed, and he's focused on the mission. So like, the first time you showed this to me, and I got the, hey, I'm Frank Castle, here's my skull, this is going to be the last thing that you see before you die. Versus this one that has the pristine, like the production value on that means that Frank Castle spent some real time to professionally put that emblem on that thing, and then it's also got these little perfect skulls as hash marks. So Monica says, yeah, I think they should have went with a more spray painted look. But he also uses the symbol to strike fear into the hearts of criminals who are a superstitious and cowardly lot. I feel like we're talking about a different guy. I'm Castle. Oh, wait. Wrong line. So, all right. Anyway, but yeah, you kind of wish that they would have done. Yeah. Okay. I get that. Here's what I think they should have done, and they probably should have done this in the comic too. Instead of having the emblem on the chest, have the emblem on the mask. Oh, they did that? You didn't like it? Oh, okay. I am full of bad ideas about the Punisher. What? Oh, you want them to shoot the armored part, not shooting the. So you're creating a target. That also seems like it came from a Batman comic. Like, wasn't that Batman Year One, or was that Batman the Dark Knight Returns, where he talks about wearing a target on his chest? I think that was Dark Knight Returns. So anyway, the Punisher's not Batman. Batman doesn't kill people unless we're talking about Batman from like the 60s or before. So what was that? What? Axe Knight? Or if it's Zack Snyder. Yeah, that Batman kills people because Zack Snyder. So anyway, that's Punisher Machine. So we'll add Punisher Machine to our box of stuff. So yeah, Punisher Machine, and this is my own kit bash. We ran out of little clippies for these things, so this is a disposable fork that I heated up just before this live stream, and I broke off the center tines and then just bent these to hold an action figure. It's very nice. So, if you don't have enough of the little clampy things, then a fork. You just stick a fork in it. And I'm getting a message from my finger. Yeah, work is hard. Yeah, So Osaka Jack says, that's from The Dark Knight Returns. Can't add armor to the cowl. Why do you think I wear a yellow target in the middle of my chest? So thank you, Osaka Jack, for clarifying. I knew that was from The Dark Knight Returns. So a toast to Osaka Jack. All right, let's move on. This is a story that is filled with tragedy, folks. There's a lot of tragedy in this next one. So in 2004, there was a little comic books company called Dreamwave, and they featured in their regular series Sunstorm, and let's go ahead and show. So here's Sunstorm, and he looks awesome. Now, of course, I look at this and you see how. Wait a minute! I'm being told to wait. I'm being told to wait. And holy crap, adventure mode is here. A toast to adventure mode. Welcome adventure mode. So everybody welcome adventure mode. And a little bit of backstory. I have been I spent most of the day today catching up on work from earlier this week, and I came down and I was going through the comments on this channel, and I saw multiple comments from Adventure Mode, and so I'm responding to the comments, and then I'm going back and I'm doing the stuff that I get paid for, which is, boring and uninteresting. You don't have to know about that. But then I'm getting comments back from Adventure Mode, and so we're kind of like going back and forth over like a 7-hour span. Every time that I go back and I check my comments again, I've got more. And so I told he or she, I guess I don't actually know, about the live stream, and I said, hey, if you show up in the chat, we will toast you and we will call you out. And I wanted to say hello to Adventure Mode because you made doing my work today much more enjoyable, because it was a nice distraction to get to talk about Final Faction instead of thinking about LED strips and controllers and tablets and stuff like that. So welcome to Adventure Mode. I hope that you enjoy the live stream. So, a toast to Adventure Mode. With apple butter. Now, I mentioned that apple butter is delicious. So, all right. So, back to Dreamwave Comics. They have in their regular story, their regular Transformers comic, a storyline about Sunstorm. And he has, like, terrifying godlike powers. And you see how he's depicted with energy crackling around him. And in the comic, honestly, I couldn't tell that he was just supposed to be essentially the yellow and white Seeker, inspired by the background Seekers from the Gen 1 cartoon. I mean, obviously, he is a Seeker. And like every Seeker, he looks exactly like Starscream except in different colors. But of course, when you've got a character that is awash in yellow crackling energy, then it's really hard to tell if that's just the effect of the energy, or if that's supposed to be the color scheme itself. So back in 2004, when I saw that, I kind of imagined that he was gold. Like he was a gold, sort of like the Electrum episode of the Transformers Generation 1 cartoon, the Golden Lagoon, where all the Transformers coat themselves in metallic gold, and the lasers bounce off, and then they destroy the environment, and Optimus Prime is okay with it at the end. So, so then, of course, in this was made him an instant star. Like, everybody who was a Transformers fan thought, oh my gosh, Sunstorm is so cool, I want a Sunstorm. So, Hasbro, not really being known for being faithful to the toys, or not really faithful to the comics. I can say comics, not comments. See, I'm still on comments because, you know, the thing. Anyway, so, Hasbro not really being known for being faithful to the comics, which they've gotten much better, by the way. Did I mention how good Jaxus looks? Although not entirely faithful either, but he looks great. Anyway, so they took their Armada Thrust toy, which I have an Armada Thrust right here. Okay, this is Armada Thrust. He's got blasters on his legs. He has engines for hands. I'm sure that's very useful. He has a cockpit for an ass, and but they recolor this as Sunstorm with a yellow and white motif, and I got that toy because of course I did. It was part of the Transformers Universe line, and but then I couldn't leave it like that. No. And some of you have seen this toy before because I have shown it on the channel before. Let's just go ahead and put that in front of the camera, and yeah, maybe there we go. And we'll press buttons down here, and then we'll click things. Oh, and Adventure Mode says Hasbro failed a lot on a lot of toys, but we always forgive them somehow. And it is very true, Adventure Mode. I chose to Adventure Mode. So, yeah, we do. We keep coming back for more. We complain, and then we come back for more. But then, you know what? Then we get things like we've gotten over the past several years where they've been tremendously faithful. Almost to the point where I think fans are almost getting tired of how faithful they're being and being like, okay, you know what? We've got pretty decent versions of all of the characters we grew up with. Let's see something new and different. Although I still want Monstructor. All right, hey, Hasbro, can you connect me with you know? Never mind. Hasbro, hey, Hasbro, Monstructor, okay? Combiner Wars style. I don't care if it's just repaints of the Dinobots and the Terracons. That's fine. Just give me Monstructor. I'll buy it.
Yes, that makes me
No, it does not. Why are you even still here, Starscream? Anyway, so yes, we do. We keep coming back for more. So this was my attempt. And you know, in the same vein that Monica is a little critical of her painting on the Punisher armor, I'm a little critical of this. So this is my attempt to modify the Armada Thrust based Sunstorm to turn him into something that was a little bit more Seeker-y. And so you can see that he's gone through some heavy kit bashing. The tray in the back that used to contain a mini-con has been replaced by some Gen 1 Seeker thrusters. And then I also gave him, like, well, you'll see it when I transform it. But yeah, he's got a gold and white color scheme because that's what I was going for at the time. And then to transform, he still transforms mostly the same. We can pop up the wings here. And let me just pull the camera back a little bit and maybe turn down that that darkness that I turned up. There we go. We'll just click that. Rob says, it's astonishing we haven't had a Siege Seeker recolor as Sunstorm. And you know what? Yeah, and strangely enough, we also did not actually get a classic Seeker version of Sunstorm in the main line. There, and we'll talk about that more in just a minute. But I'll show this and then we'll get there. So you pop up the wings. You can fold this over. I took advantage of that hinge that was there. You pull out the legs. Just like this, you rotate them around and extend them out, and then do the same thing on this side. And then you fold out the feet. There's feet, and there's feet. And then we've got the head, which is on this little swivelly thing, and that's going to tip back like that. And then you've got the arms, which come out here. And we're going to, as we move the arms, because the blasters kind of get in the way of the wings, we're going to rotate the blasters, which have been moved from the legs, because having them on the legs was a little bit ridiculous. So there, we've got arm blasters, we've got legs, and then the whole thing comes together on quite a contrivance that I built to do this. And then the cockpit pivots down and does that. So there we go. He is pretty much, we'll straighten out the legs and put him in a better stance here, and then we'll move the camera up so that you can see him. And adventure mode says, you did that? Wow. I did. This was a lot of work many years ago, but that is my attempt at making the thrust, making this look like this. That was, yeah, we got there, and you can see I used some Gen 1. I think that I had an extra. I think it was actually an extra thrust that I took these parts from. So, you know, that is a Gen 1, you know, it's nice and heavy, but I took the chest pieces of a Gen 1 thrust and added them to give him Seeker-like details. And let's go ahead and go to this view and just put him on the camera here. So you can see that, you know, he's suffered a little bit of paint chippage, but and Rob says, and he now has some die-cast construction. It's a lost art. A toast to Rob, because I love that Beast Wars reference. Oh. So there we go. Yeah, he's top heavy. I gave him hands. These are actually from, I believe it's, I think that these are Twin Twist hands. Gen 1 Twin Twist, the jump starter. But he needed hands. He needed legit hands. Put the blasters on the shoulders. He's got wings here. Now he has, you know, a thruster backpack, which I think is, you know, kind of a cool thing for him to have. So that's him, and you know, this was a lot of work. I do like him, but he definitely looks like something that I built. And he's got gold plastic that actually holds up. That's another thing. That's a really important detail. This is gold plastic that doesn't just kind of fall apart with age. Which brings us to the contender. The competition. Here we have, so as I mentioned earlier, No, we're not there yet. Keep your hand on that button. We'll get there. So, as I mentioned earlier, there, strangely enough, was not. Wait, I'm getting a message from Monica, and she was about to do hand gestures, but then remembering that I never know what her hand gestures mean, she's typing the message to the teleprompter. Yeah, so adventure mode reminds us that we need to toast a Rob. You know what? Toast a Rob. Okay, wait here. I need so let's just do a little bit of everything here. We're gonna do this. Because, there's some people that have joined and not seen how bad this can get. Let's just go ahead and show on the other camera what's going on. So we've got our apple butter. So we'll take some apple butter. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Some apple butter. That's great. All right. And we'll take some Nutella. There we go. Some Nutella. This is the Nutella spoon. There we go. And there. Yeah, that's the stuff. All right. And then let's go ahead and use some peanut butter. Oh, there we get some peanut butter. That's important. The peanut butter goes well with the Nutella and goes well with the apple butter. And of course, we haven't even gotten into the Concord grape. So let's do some Concord grape here. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be great. All right, and of course, it wouldn't be complete without apricot. A healthy. There we go.
God, please, no!
And there we have. All right, and so doesn't that look delicious? The only thing missing is some grasshoppers, and here we're just gonna fold that over. So a toast. I forget what we're toasting. To Rob! A toast to Rob, and a toast to Adventure Mode for pointing out that I need the toast to Rob. Here we go.
I guess that makes me the new
No!
leader.
No, it really does not, Starscream. There's nothing about that makes you the new leader. Boy, that apricot really stands out in that combination. This is bad comedy. I will agree with Galvatron. All right, so there we go. That happened. You're welcome. All right, so as I started to mention, strangely enough, there was no Sunstorm released in the Classics line, the Generations Classics line, and we never got it. And Rob points out that we never got Sunstorm in the Siege or the Earthrise line, or even in the Kingdom line. Based on, I mean, they've been using the crap out of that Starscream mold. They resold it with a cape. They just added a crown and a cape and said, look, it's new and now it's $50. They added a chair too. They did add a chair, so that chair costs money. But personally, I love the Classics Seeker mold. It is one of my favorite molds of all time. I just think it's just fantastic. And so, and they did do a Sunstorm for, what year was it? 2013? 2013 BotCon? So of course, if you went to BotCon and had lots and lots of money, you could buy the Sunstorm in that, but no, you couldn't go to Target or to Walmart, or back then was Toys R Us a thing? Yeah, you couldn't go there and get Sunstorm. Yeah, they just didn't make it. So I found online a Chinese manufacturer that had all sorts of knockoff copies of the Seeker mold. And so I got this I actually got several from this manufacturer, and it looks great. I mean, this looks awesome, and it transforms exactly as you would expect the Classics Seeker mold to transform. It is from the 2006 golden disc or knockoff. It's a golden knockoff based off of the Classics line, and it's from 2006. Is that right? Okay. So yeah, this is, and of course I love this toy, but those of you who are in the know about some of the historic missteps in Hasbro's manufacturing may recognize that this is not quite yellow. It is sort of golden. And as I pulled this figure out pre-live stream, there is a reason why I'm not transforming it. It's because when I opened up the chest to transform it, the cockpit just kind of fell out. Let's just, yeah. That. So I'm suspecting that I don't know that this is a case of gold plastic syndrome. It could be a case of cheap knockoff Transformer syndrome. Either way, I can fix it. It'll be fine. But I am gonna have to fix it. Yeah, that part. What makes me nervous is that since it just kind of opened up broken and wasn't like after I was torquing on it, it makes me wonder how delicate the rest of the plastic is. And so it could be a case where as I start to try and fix one thing, other things break and it ends up crumbling in my hands. It makes me very, very nervous. So, yeah, Monica just wants me to mention that we haven't touched it in years. It was actually kept very, very safe and secure, and still it just fell apart. So, yeah, that's a little heartbreaking. And what's more heartbreaking than the break itself is the implications of the break, and you know, the other potential for that. Maybe because of the plastic itself, I'm just not going to be able to salvage it, but we're going to try. So that is still, it's a really cool looking figure, and I wish I could just buy another one. That would make me very happy. And more importantly, Grayscale is here, and Grayscale, you don't know what a sacrifice I'm about to make to toast you right now, but this is a toast to Grayscale. A toast to grayscale. There we go. All right, so that is my Sunstorm versus almost Sunstorm. I guess it would be one storm. it's one storm. One storm. I don't know. Like, because he's a knockoff, he's not quite the same. So you give him a name that sounds. I don't know. The apricot preserves are really nasty. All right, I'm gonna set these in the box with Mr. T-Man. So there we go. All right, so setting them carefully in the box. Alrighty, so we have one more thing, and this is something that I have shown on the channel in the past, but I like it, and I built it, and it fits the theme, so I'm going to show it again, because I can do it. Those of you who have been frequenting this channel for a while know that I am a GoBots fan. I love GoBots. And I love Transformers, and my first transforming robot toys were GoBots, and they led me into the world of Transformers, never to return. But nonetheless, yes, I love GoBots. They had a terrible cartoon, but there were even things about that I liked, not enough to actually watch it, after that. Like, you got through the first mini-series, and then you kind of tried to stick with it, and it's like, oh no, you know what? The Transformers just had a much better cartoon. Just like a million times better. So I've always been a fan of Psykill. Psykill is to me just a very fascinating combination of character and toy. You have that original GoBot toy that essentially was a figure that gets down on its knees and puts its arms out with wheels in between, and suddenly he's a motorcycle. And it works. That's the thing. It works. But of course, then there's all the parts forming, and you can get past taking the wheels off and putting them on the shoulders, but then when you're also taking the engine off, then that's like half of the mass of that toy, and then there's not really a good place to stick it. Supposedly you're supposed to be able to clamp it on the arm, but mine never fit, and it doesn't really stick very well, and yeah. So Monica says, when we were kids, we all used those exercise wheels to become Psykill. Yeah, you know what? Look, it's Lady Psykill. Okay? That's here. Let me press the buttons. Yes. Look, she's Lady Psykill. I mean, just paint her blue and red, and that's it. You know what? I'm gonna get off of this view because as much as I want to make sure that this doesn't turn into a kids channel, I also don't want to veer too far off of that. So we're just gonna leave the rest, all the jokes that you're thinking of right now, all of them. Just imagine that we all said them together silently. It's low-hanging fruit, folks. It's low-hanging fruit. So yeah, I felt like, oh, this is such a cool toy, but it's just not quite there. And I got Super GoBots Psykill somehow. I think that I got it secondhand from one of those deals that Don made when he would know somebody that was getting rid of all their Transformers, and then broker between me and that person, and sometimes make a couple bucks for himself, or get a toy that he really wanted, but then in the end he gave me all of his Transformers years later anyway, so I feel like I still made out. Yeah, so I had a Super GoBot Psykill, and of course he didn't have any parts forming, but he also, like, all of the motorcycle was on his back. It was, you know, he didn't have the cool wheels on his shoulders thing, and he was very back heavy. It was hard for him to stand up. So that one wasn't quite there either. And then, of course, after, you know, by 1986, GoBots, they were still around, but the writing was on the wall. Okay, the universe had decided that Transformers had won, and all the other GoBot transforming robot toy properties, except for Voltron and Robotech, had lost. Okay, that was it. If you were a transforming robot toy, then and you are not Transformers, Voltron, or Robotech, then you were dead in the toy aisle. And so, of course, we wouldn't get new versions of Psykill until just the last decade or so. So, as a Psykill fan, I have tried many times to create the perfect Psykill. Here is what I ended up with. So right here we have, this is my, here, we'll move this one off to the side just for the time being. This is my kitbash of Oil Slick. Transformers animated Oil Slick. And now, this was not originally my idea. I saw a picture online of somebody else who also did a kitbash of this toy. And it was like, wow, that's such a good idea. I'm going to do it. And so I did it. I did it in my own way. It's not the same as the one that I saw online, because I don't even follow instructions on toys that I own. I'm not gonna follow somebody else's kitbash, but yeah, I did a lot of detail painting. You can see the blue and the silver that I did on the arms, and the red that's in the body, and all of the silver detail and the blue that I did on the back portion here. He transforms exactly the same. I did take off the ram skull. I keep intending to put a headlight there, but I never have, and so it's technically still incomplete because I haven't done anything with the front. I should do something with the front. I just haven't. Even if I were to just take off this piece altogether and sculpt a second headlight or something like that, or maybe like sand those down and put one headlight in between. I don't know, but you know, I need to do something with that so that it's complete. Nonetheless, it's pretty. It's like 90% of the way there. So yeah, Oil Slick happened in 2008. Transformers animated, and he really does lend himself to being Psykill. And let's go ahead and show you why that is. So we will split the arms right there. And then we will pull out, he's got claw fingers. So, and you can see that I paid special attention to avoid painting pieces that rubbed. So, you know, trying to make it so that, like, all these joints, I kept the original color so that as you transformed it, it wouldn't rub the paint off and make him look nasty. So you split those, and then you have the head here, and it's just going to fold out like that and go like that, and then you close up the back, and then we have the back here, and we can just split the seat and then pull the legs out. And you see how his transform is already very, very reminiscent of the original Psykill toy. So it does kind of lend itself to that interpretation pretty well. And then when you think about the very animated style of the GoBots cartoon, then the animated style of this toy is also very fitting. So we're going to finish by flipping up the shoulders like this, and flipping up the shoulders like that, and then pull the arms down, bend at the elbows, pull the arms down, and bend at the elbows. There we go. And here we go. There is my Psykill. And here, we'll get him up like that. And so this is him. The chest is actually made from a lot of pieces of thin sheets of styrene that were built up and kind of made to create this Psykill chest and give him this sculpt here, which was something that was very different from the things I saw online. So that was some hand detail work and a lot of sanding and a lot of finessing to get it to look like that. But I always felt like, okay, he doesn't have the tires on the shoulders, but he does have them in the hands. Of course, like I said, since the GoBots cartoon was very, very cartoony, then this kind of drastic animated style that he has kind of works for the character. And then if we let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. So we'll go like that, and you can see that I cut into Oil Slick's dome head and painted most of it white, masking off the top so that it still, that's great. We can read the nutritional information on the grape jelly. This is a really good camera, and I can't say that it's not a good camera because I mean, look at that. Look at, I mean, I can read about 42 servings per container, 50 calories per serving. I mean, I'm reading that through the camera that is completely ignoring Psykill being right in the front here. So let's try and oh my gosh. So come on, camera. Honestly, there's no excuse for that. Just work with me. Wait, here. Let me do something here. I've got a white box. I'll put the white box in front of the label. It won't have as much to focus in on erroneously. So there we go. All right, let's try this again. All right. Oh, Ty Guy says Psykill now made with real Concord grapes. Hey, toast to you, Ty Guy. Oh. Apricot is nasty. All right. So there we have him. And you can see that I chose to give him metallic gold face with metallic silver 5 o'clock shadow, and I thought that was also kind of fitting for the character who just sort of had a strange brown face and a gray 5 o'clock shadow. How many robots get 5 o'clock shadow? I mean, come on, that's a little ballsy that Psykill is gonna go that route. So yeah, I'm owning the 5 o'clock shadow, and you can see a good view of the sculpting there on the chest, and you can see how the rest of him looks, and yeah, that is my best attempt at making a more modern interpretation of Psykill. And I do like this. This is one where I don't make excuses for this one. I like this guy, and I'm always happy to pull him out. I'm always happy when I see him. It's just, he's a cool toy. Oil Slick was a cool toy, but I was never as captivated by Oil Slick's character as I was by Psykill's character. And you can see here that the details that were already in Oil Slick really work well in the Psykill colors. So, you know, that was what I did. Still like it. Still like it even after all these years. So, of course, here's the competition. Nowadays, you can get Revenge of Kronos Machine Robo figures. These are officially licensed from Action Toys, and this one was from 2017, Revenge of Kronos line. These are modern interpretations of the Machine Robo toys. And for those in the know, Machine Robo was the line that was imported by Tonka, right? That was Tonka, and rebranded as GoBots. So this is Bike Robo, which you can call Psykill, because he's essentially Psykill. And we're going to turn, you can see that the motorcycle mode is really nice. It's, it is still very, very Psykill. It's still a robot with his knees scrunched up, but now instead of lots and lots of parts forming and taking out the engine and everything, they've kind of reduced a lot of that and given you a much more advanced transformation scheme. You can see that there's a lot of detail in the engine, and the colors are nice. The tires are rubber. He's a good-looking toy. He's got some die-cast metal on him. He's got some heft. So, this is a neat toy, and I really, really like it. So let's go ahead. There's a kickstand here. We can just now this actually just pegs in, so you can remove it. See, you can remove it. You don't have to though. So you can just leave it up and leave it there. And let's go ahead and turn this into a robot. And I'm going to back the camera off just a little bit so that you can see what's going on here. So first thing that we're going to do is we are going to pull the bottom section away from the chest. It doesn't like to stay there anyway. There's like a couple little tabs here that kind of go in between the slots in here, which I respect that they're using that detail as a place to lock in, but it doesn't lock in very securely. Then we can kind of split at what the knees are right here, so we can do a little split there, and then we can pull the legs apart, and then we are going to take apart, we are going to pull the wheel off here, and that, so there is still the removal of the wheels. You just have to accept that. It's Psykill, you take the wheels off. And I'm okay with that. I am not going to complain about having to take the wheels off of a modern Psykill toy. We're going to get the feet out. You see, we just flip out the foot. This is a kind of complicated little scheme here. So you got the foot like that, and then you've got the engine, which goes here, and then this flips around here, and we're going to kind of we're going to do something with this kickstand. The kickstand does something. I forget what I do with the kickstand. It's been a while since. I think that we just do that. Yeah, the kickstand can stay right in there. So, is that die-cast metal? Yes, that is. That is die-cast metal. So there you have a foot, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and they give you a little thingy right here. There's a little thingy, and that's important because if they didn't have that little nub there, I would never be able to get that foot out. So we're going to move the exhaust pipe out of the way, twist this whole ankle assembly around here like that, bring the foot forward, and there we go. We can have that down like that, and then we take this whole thing, we bend it down that way, and then there's a second hinge here, and that goes around like that, and then we'll have to you know, this will tab into this this exhaust pipe piece, and then that gives us the second leg, so we can pull those down. And then the cod piece is actually split onto each of his hips, so that's going to close in front of his nether regions, and then the hips slide up to make him more anatomically correct. And then you got a couple little butt flaps here, you know, and you know, they're like that thing that Survivor Man does, where he has a cloth that he can sit on, you know, without getting his bum wet. So that's that. Now, strangely enough, and I do think that this is a weird choice, they have opted to make the handlebars a removable piece, and you do have to remove it to transform him, because otherwise there's no place to put the wheels. So you take the handlebars off, and then you can go back here and you can just peg them in right here at the feet to give him an extra heel. And I respect that there is a place for these, but you know, I feel like we have a really a pretty advanced transformation scheme, and the fact that they opted to design it intentionally with these pieces that have to be pulled off and put on his feet, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that. It's like, come on, you're so close to not needing to do parts forming other than just the wheels, which we're all willing to give you the wheels. Like everybody who loves Psykill, all 12 of us, we're all willing to pull the wheels off. Just don't make us pull off anything else, and then we have to pull off the handlebars. It's like, so close, but not quite there. So anyway, we're going to pull out the shoulders and put those down, and then we collapse the head right down there against the shoulders, and that gives us a nice secure body and shoulder. And then we can twist the arms out, and now we can put his tires on his shoulders where they belong. And that, let's shore that up and get him into a stance. There we go. So that is Bike Robo from the Action Toys Revenge of Kronos Machine Robo line. And you know, he's a great looking toy. I mean, he really is. Let's so here's his full robot mode. He wants to fall forward. We're going to do something here. So wait here. I think that my handlebars on the feet are actually causing more problems than they're solving. So wait here. Let me there, we'll pull them off, and then let's put that right in there, and then maybe we'll go like this. There. And then we'll flip these over around to this side. Maybe that'll be better. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, all right. So, try that again. There he is. Oh yeah, that's a lot more stable. So that is Bike Robo from the Machine Robo Revenge of Kronos line from Action Toys. These are amazing toys, and I wish that I would have known that these were in production when they first came out, because I would have bought them immediately. Yeah, I still don't have Eagle Robo, I don't have Tank Robo, I don't have Loco Robo. You know, there's so many of them that I haven't gotten, and I want them, but I don't have them, and that's a sadness in my life. That's a first world problem. But yeah, there he is. And you can see that he looks great. Like the detail that they put in the face, around the eyes, you know, a pretty plain looking face, but I love the black detail around the yellow eyes and in the mouth and in the chin. I love the colors. I kind of wish that this were darker blue. I'm not big on the powder puff blue, and you know, the tank Robo is also a very pastel powdery blue, and I wish that it were a more of a royal blue. But that's just, you know, that's personal preference. That's nostalgia eyes, because of course the originals were darker blue, and I'm not sure why they've chosen to go with a much lighter blue. I'm sure that somebody has their reasons, but I personally I reject their logic and feel like mine is superior. It's a taste thing, and I need to stop whining about it. But yeah, he looks great. He is an awesome looking guy. I really, and if I was so inclined, then I imagine that I could just like put a hole in these pieces and then be able to plug the tires just right in and leave these handlebars right there. Or, you know, they could have even made it so that the tires go onto the hand grips rather than the shoulders themselves. That could have worked. But whatever the case, they decide to make it so that you pull off those things. And it seems like all of the Machine Robo characters have a small amount of parts forming. And maybe that's part of what they've decided is a distinctive feature of their toys. And if fans don't like it, well, they just need to get over it because that's the way that they're doing it. So maybe I just need to shut up about it. The only other thing that I will say keeps this toy from really scratching that nostalgia itch is that his face is so non-distinct. You know, it's Psykill, especially in the cartoon, which admittedly it was a bad cartoon. Like it is unwatchably bad, and believe me, I've tried. The character for Psykill, nonetheless, was a high point of the whole show. You know, he had that deep, commanding voice. Get Scooter! Run him off the road and smash him into pieces. Zod! Go eat Leader 1. Crusher! Go run Turbo into a brick wall and ground him into pieces. Yeah, he was like, Psykill was a guy. He was cool. And so even though I didn't like the animation style and I didn't like most of the visuals of the show, I like Psykill and I'm attached to that character. And so when I get this toy, I want him to have a Psykill face, you know, a kind of face, not a. Okay, so you know, there's this or this, and I want this. You know, it's you know, that, except not painted by my clumsy, pudgy hands, but rather tampographed professionally. And so there is a newer version, a larger toy that actually comes with a Psykill head sculpt. I want that. Oh my gosh, I want it. I want it so bad. But I haven't had the opportunity to buy it yet. I haven't seen it. I don't even know if it's available in America yet. But it's going to happen. Oh yeah, sooner or later, it's going to happen. So yeah, this is an amazing toy. The Machine Robo stuff is freaking fantastic, and I love it, even with my little whiny criticisms about, oh, it's powder blue, oh yeah, put the handlebars on the feet, oh, you know, that I'm nitpicking, but it's out of love for something that I think is just awesome. So yeah. Is this my ultimate cycle? No, it's not. Is this my ultimate cycle? It's closer. It is closer, but both of them hold a dear place in my heart, and they both, you know, they can coexist. That's really the lesson to be taken, and you know, I guess it just. What this whole exercise really underscores in my mind is that as collectors, and especially as creative collectors, as Monica is, as I am, as probably most of you are, that we don't just become attached to these toys and the memories that these toys invoke and passively appreciate. We interact. We, you know, they gave us a story 40 years ago, and we would latch on to these stories and expand on them and create our own narratives in our own bedrooms and in our own drawings and in our own lives. And nowadays you share these stories online and you create your fan fiction and you compare notes with people in comments sections of videos, and it becomes a collaborative creative process that goes far beyond the original intent of the creators of the franchise themselves. And so when you see kitbashes like these, it's a testament to the inspiration that these things provide. And so you can, it's okay to look at something and say, oh, you know, that was actually not very good. I went back and watched the episodes, and boy, they were pretty bad. That's okay, because it's not what happens in front of the screen that's important. It's what happens in here and what it inspires you to do. And I think that that's what makes toys really cool, because they kind of inspired an entire generation of people like you and people like me to do some pretty cool creative things that we can look back on and be proud of. And it also inspired a lot of us to learn new skills and new disciplines, which now we use to raise families and lead productive lives and be productive members of society, and, dare I say, create content that will inspire the next generation. That's cool. So, with all of that being said, that's it. That's our live stream. I hope that you enjoyed this. It's been a lot of fun for me, and I think it was fun for Monica. And was it fun for you, pal? I'm glad. You've had a rough go of it, so I'm glad that you're doing better. So we are a small channel trying to get bigger. So if you haven't already, then please, if you like this live stream, click the thumbs up, because that helps us out. Of course, we'd love it if you'd subscribe. If you do subscribe, click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing more of these live streams, which are typically every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern United States time. Also, we are back to creating content and releasing Short Circuits videos. Short Circuits are our standalone videos that we release periodically throughout the week in between the live streams, and they're usually just about a single toy or a single topic, and we try to keep it a lot shorter than 2 hours and 23 minutes. So, Also, if you are in a position to help the channel grow, then we do have a Patreon, and we have many different levels that have different rewards attached to them as our way of saying thank you for the support, because we really appreciate it, and we need it to maybe someday buy a camera that focuses on the stuff that we want. I don't know. Actually, the next thing will probably be to get another camera exactly like that one, so that it can refuse to focus on me and Retrobot when we want it to. That's the way that will probably go. So, speaking of Patreon members, we have a very special guest here with a thank you message to our patrons. So, without any further ado, let's hear from Unicron.
Thank you to our patrons, our ultimate retro heroes. Thank you, Fetch Beer, Robus, Matt White, Storehound, Setsune Wave, Dawn, Hope and Michael D, and Colleen. Thank you so much. Now, I would like some Wonder Bread, but I don't want any apricot preserves. Apricots taste like ass. It's a universal truth that humans seem to be unaware of. Nobody should eat apricots. Blech. Just disgusting. Why would you eat that?
Well, thank you for that, Unicron, and I have to agree wholeheartedly with the Chaos Bringer. Apricots suck. So, that's it. Next week, this one's been a long time in coming, but next week we are finally able to talk about Sharkies. It's gonna be the Shark Decon live stream. We've got Shark Decons. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna show Shark Decons and more Shark Decons and some more Shark Decons. And then when it seems like we should be done with Shark Decons, we might be done with Shark Decons. There's not that many Shark Decons, but nonetheless, we're going to show Shark Decons. Do you think they got the point about it's about Shark Decons? So that's it. This is Clay and Retrobot. Oh wait. We're not doing that because I would throw up if I had to eat more. Okay. You know what? Here. My last piece of Wonder Bread. This is a toast to everyone, all at the same time, with still a whole bunch of that apricot on it. I'm so sorry, me. But a toast to all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Join me next week. Check out the short circuits. It's going to be great. And Shark Decons next week. Thank you. Yes. And Clay telling you to keep it Retrobot. Oh my gosh. You know, it's the lumps. I mean, it's the lumps of apricot that really get you. I mean, it's sort of like if you bite into a sandwich and there's just a ball of snot in there, except apricot flavored, which, you know, isn't as good as, well, snot.